Okay, I want to show you a couple methods that you're going to see in the Zearn math for today. It is subtracting mixed numbers or fractions from mixed numbers. So some of the ones you'll see are going to be super easy peasy like this, like 10 and 5/6 minus 4/6. So this one's pretty easy because we know that we can just do 5/6 minus 4/6, which would just be 1/6. And then the 10 just gets to stay the same. So that one's pretty easy, but we're gonna run into some problems when we have a problem like 8 and 3/8 minus 6/8. Well, we can't have 3/8 and then take 6/8 away from 3/8. We don't have enough to take away. So one way that the Zearn program is gonna suggest is to do a number bond. And normally when we do a number bond, we take out one whole, which you're going to be doing, but we want to think of that one whole in terms of our unit, in which case this is eighths, okay? So I'm going to put 8/8 underneath there because that's our one whole. So if I take one whole away from 8 and 3/8, I took one away, so now I have 7 and 3/8. So now that I've got 8/8 over here, I can take those 6/8 away. So 8/8 minus 6/8 is 2/8. So now I've got 2/8 over here. Here's the thing though, I need to add it back on to my fraction over here. So I'm really doing 7 and 3/8 and adding on this little bit of leftover that I had. So 7 and 3/8 plus 2/8 is 7 and 5/8. Okay, so that's one way that the Zearn is going to show you. I'm going to be honest, I don't necessarily love that way. Maybe you will, super. But I have an easier quick trick that I want to show you guys that you might want to use. When you are going to have to regroup, I want you to try stacking your numbers like we would be doing a regular, like longer subtraction problem. Stack your numbers one on top of the other like this, okay? Now, the first question you want to ask is, can I take 6/8 away from 3/8? No, I can't do 3/8 minus 6/8. So what I want you to do is we're basically going to borrow one whole from over here. But here's the problem with fractions. We can't just do like we regularly do in subtraction, just go, oh yeah, I'm going to stick my little 1 right there. That's not going to work because that's not what my one whole is, okay? So what I'm really doing is borrowing 8/8. Well, if I add 8/8 onto 3/8, I get 11/8. 8/8 plus 3/8 is 11/8. Okay? So I borrowed 1, so now I have 7. So I can do 11/8 minus 6/8 is 5/8, and then I just bring the 7 down. Okay? Let me show you one more because I'm going to make it even easier here. Okay? I'm going to do 11 and 2/6 minus 5/6. Okay, so can I do 2/6 minus 5/6? No, I cannot. So I'm going to borrow 1, cross out the 11 and make it a 10. One way to make this foolproof so that you don't like end up getting confused about how many sixths you have now is just add your denominator to your numerator. 6 plus 2 is 8. Now I have 8/6. It's like magic, okay? So now 8/6 minus 5/6 is 3/6, and I just bring down my 10. Okay, so let me do one more like that. Our super duper quick trick, okay? I'm gonna do 9 and 1/8 minus 5/8. Okay, so I ask myself, can I do 1/8 minus 5/8? No, I cannot. Cross out the 9, make it an 8, just like we normally would when we regroup to subtract, okay? Remember, I'm borrowing 8/8, so all I really need to do, my quick trick is do 8 plus 1, that's 9. So instead of 1/8, now I have 9/8. 9/8 minus 5/8 is 4/8, and I just bring the 8 down. And there's my final answer. I think that way's a little bit easier. Maybe you won't, but you are welcome to try it on your exit ticket tomorrow.